Well, good morning. Hi. Welcome to our next Mindful Momentum moment. Today we're talking about the ripple effect of less. All month long in our Mindful Momentum box, the theme for October is less is more. And this is the calendar card that was sent out to subscribers so that they can put it in the little holder and keep it somewhere visual, like on their desk or somewhere they see it often. Because my reminder to everyone is how often doing less is actually more. And this morning, I recorded a quick private podcast episode for subscribers that's publishing tomorrow. So you're going to get a little sneak peek on what the topic is because I decided to bring it here to the Facebook community and our YouTube channel. So again, how doing less and more, sorry, let me say that again. How doing less can be more and how there is a ripple effect when we implement this strategy. Oftentimes, simplifying in one area can create space and capacity to see more progress in other areas that actually matter more to us. And this is kind of my overall mission with my business is how we can create time, energy, space, and capacity for those things that we want to be doing more of. So this could be relationships, growing your business, starting your business, being a more present spouse, partner, parent, whatever it is that if someone asked you, like, what matters most to you, what are your values, your core values, I often find when I'm working with clients that what we say matters most to us and what we're spending our time doing don't always align. And it's not said in a way that is meant to cast judgment or guilt or shame or any of that. It's more for awareness because oftentimes we get caught up in the hustle and bustle of busy life, especially in my world. Most of you are here are either entrepreneurs, parents, or caregivers, or all of the above, like myself. And so it's easy to react and start, responding and reacting to everyone's needs. I know I lived that out yesterday again. My kids had a 4-day weekend. Full disclosure, we're also under a renovation of our master bathroom. So my husband's working on that from home this week. And so you might hear some construction noise in the background. And so even though it was not my day off yesterday, I had every family member home with us, and all of them needed different things. So I spent a lot of my time reacting. And it reminds me on how draining that is on our energy and obviously our focus and attention and our time is just scattered and diluted. And so today we'll just reset ourselves if you need it, like I do, and remind ourselves why doing less can actually help us create more peace and space and capacity to do more of the things we want to be doing. Okay, so I have a simple example of this just because if you're like me, like I need to see like, okay, that all sounds great, but it's like fluffy words. I don't know how to apply this to my life. And so one example is my own morning routine and journaling practice. So all of you know that I have, let me grab it, it's right here. Part of the Mindful Momentum box is the new Mindful Momentum pages. I call them pages because it's a journal and a planner combo. And so, yes, I do find benefit in journaling. And, I've been wanting to do it for years. I have started the practice. And at times I journal a lot because that's the season I'm in. But other times I find that I put too much pressure on myself to do more journaling, longer hours, longer minutes. And so what I found that is, instead of journaling for, 60 minutes or 30 minutes even, that instead I can ask myself just one simple question and journal about that. It can be bullet points, it can be a few sentences. And this is a prime example of how doing less creates more for me. So, my question that I often ask is, what matters most today? And that's a version of another question that my clients and I use that you could also substitute for is, what will make today successful or this week successful? And any version of those questions is just an intentional way to decide on purpose what you want to focus your time and energy on, so that at the end of the day, you feel accomplished. You decided early on, this is what matters most to me today. This is what will make me feel successful if I complete this thing or make progress on this one task. So that at the end of the day, you can remind yourself, hey, actually, I committed to doing that and I followed through. So the question I ask again is, what matters most to me today? And this one shift literally changed everything for me. It helps me set my tone for the day. I feel calmer, and I'm able to show up for my business and my family with more focus and presence. It reminds me what matters most and allows me to say no to the things that don't. And that might change. We'll be in different seasons of life and in business and in our family. And what matters most gets to change. What matters most changes from day to day. Yesterday, what mattered most to me was being a present parent and caregiver and wife, because, like I said, the whole family was home and they all had different things going on. And so I decided that business tasks didn't matter most yesterday. There was one business task, by the way, that mattered most, and that was shipping out the boxes for November. And so deciding that ahead of time by quickly journaling a few of these ideas or intentional choices allowed me to remember throughout the day, as things were chaotic, that my number one goal was to ship those boxes, pack and ship. Those got out by 5 p.m. my time yesterday, so they're in the mail and on their way to you if you're a subscriber. And also being able to shuttle kids around to friend's house or wherever they were going, swim practice, all the things. And, support my husband, who is literally, he demolished our entire bathroom this weekend, and is now reconstructing our master bathroom himself 100%. And so I'm there to be able to help him carry something or fix him a sandwich because he hasn't eaten, all those things. That's what mattered most to me yesterday. What matters most to me today is different. Kids are back in school. Husband is still home, so that's part of the equation, but you get the idea. Asking that one singular question allows me to really know what I'm saying yes to and what I'm saying no to each day or each week. And so that is my invitation to you in this quick, pep talk or whatever you want to call it, is that you can think about, or my invitation to you is to think about one area where you can create space. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's your schedule. Maybe it's your inbox. Maybe it's your kitchen counter. I have a friend who says, just clearing her kitchen counter, the island, helps create space in her brain to think clearly about other things in her life. So, where's one area of your life or business that you can create some space? less so you can let go of something, perhaps, so you can bring more peace into your life. Just take that one gentle step toward that today. You'll be amazed, literally, at how this one single decision can ripple outward into everything else. Your energy, your relationships, your creativity, your sense of joy, peace, accomplishment, so many ways. So just remember, friend, like you don't need to do everything to be successful or create results. You just need to start with that one small shift that can bring you closer to calm and align you with what matters most in your life. So, if you're using your mindful momentum pages, I encourage you to jot that question down. Where can I create space in my life? Or what matters most to me? And if you don't have this yet, I have like 3 boxes left for November. So I'll drop the link if you want to grab one. I can ship it out today. It'll still arrive in time for the start of November. And if that's not something that's aligned with you right now, just take out a piece of paper, answer that question. A few bullet points or sentences will really help focus your attention, your time, and your energy today so that you can create space for what matters most. And if you want any other support, please just message me here, DM me, email me, whatever works for you. But my wish for you is that you are able to create some space for more peace, especially as we're entering holiday season. So I'm here for you. I'm cheering you on. And I'll be back here next week with our next Mindful Momentum moment. I see a comment. So before I sign off, yes, that daily reminder, Valerie, is important for the day. And remember that you have a plan. Yes, I agree with you. Thank you for tuning in. It's good to see you. And like I said, I'll be back here next week, and I hope the rest of your week is fantastic. All right, take care, friends.